Hey everyone, Melissa here. Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. I'm a bit late getting this one up, just some things have been going on, but better late than never. So this is my latest layout for Hip Kit Club and it is for last week's sketch challenge. I think you have until Friday, Thursday or Friday this week to get it entered via the Hip Kit Club members Facebook group. So I didn't want to create this exactly as the sketch showed. I wanted to try and be a bit more creative, so rather than use paint, or I even thought about tearing paper strips with stripes on the sketch, I decided to create fringe. Now I don't have fringe scissors, so I'm just showing you here how I measure down as far as I want the fringe, top of the fringe to go, where the cut line will go, and then I painstakingly but very patiently just use my little Fiskars scissors to hand cut the fringe basically. So you could use herb scissors, which are for cutting herbs, and they're like fringe scissors that have multiple cutting arms on the scissors, so one cut would maybe cut you 4 or 5 cuts, but for me, obviously, as you can see, I'm just doing it one by one. So I've done the other 2 pieces off camera, and I go further than I want to cut, or I cut further than the length of what I'm intending to cut, just in case, so I don't have to go back and cut anymore. But I've done this a lot, and it's not that bad. It's definitely worth it for the effect. So there you can see the 3 pieces of fringe, and I'm just working out where I want to put them. This, the assignment for this layout was to create a New Year's or 2021 themed layout. So obviously this was created before New Year's happened, and I didn't want to scrap any older New Year's photos because that wouldn't be 2021. So it was a challenge, I admit. So what I did was decided to be a bit more creative with it and found a photo. I went back through my phone and tried to find a photo that could be used for a New Year's layout. And so I decided to make it more about looking forward to New Year's and, you know, looking forward to 2021. 2020 has been challenging in so many ways. And so I found this photo of Ava from October and her just doing the peace sign on the trampoline. And her hair's a bit crazy because she's been on the trampoline, but I thought it was really cute and could work well with the message, I guess, or what I'm trying to document. So I've glued those 3 pieces of fringe down, and now I just need something to back my photo. I don't want to overpower the photo with the photo mat, so I've just gone with a piece of this beautiful light pink cardstock that comes in the cardstock kit. I forgot to mention that the sketch is by Anka Kramer, who is also on the design team, and it's a really super fun sketch, and I'm using the November 2020 Hip Kits. So here I have created some pinwheels. I've done 2 with blue cardstock and 1 with a piece of pattern paper. Now I did not film myself making these because you may have seen some tantrums because it was challenging. I have a scoreboard from We Are Memory Keepers, which definitely helped to get them folded evenly, but I felt like I needed to be an octopus to be able to hold them together and get the hot glue down. But what I did was punch 2 circles, and then I'd hot glue. I'd hold the pinwheel in place, and then I'd hot glue both of those circles and then put them on either side to hold them together. So it worked really well. Yeah, like I say, I did not want to film myself making them because it wouldn't have been that great viewing, and I certainly didn't want to watch myself make them, if that makes sense. So I'm just adding a bit more of a photo mat, and I've gone with this black and white, and I trim it really, really close to the photo and also have that ripped edge. Did I keep the ripped edge? No, I cut it off. I decided it was a bit too much. I really wanted the focus to be on the fringe and on those pinwheels. So what else was I saying? Oh yeah, so this kit is Christmas themed and winter themed, and New Year's here in New Zealand is always in summer. So what I did was challenge myself to make a layout that didn't feature anything winter themed or Christmas themed. And so it definitely was challenging, but I do find, because I get all of the kits every month, that if I limit myself to only some of the products, it makes my decision-making process easier. So at first I thought, can I do this? I have to do it, it's my assignment. Is it actually possible? And yes, it was, and I'm so happy with how this layout turned out. So I've just ruffled up the fringe just to give it a bit of dimension, a bit of texture, and my intention now is to embellish the pinwheels. So just little hands coming in with a big massive scrunchie on her wrist. I think that might have been Ava saying, "Is that me?" which she always does if I'm scrapping her, and she's the one that actually asks for more layouts of her. So here I'm just going through I've been through the die cut packs and selected items that are not Christmas themed. Obviously some of these florals could be, and some of these sort of pine tree or Christmas tree leaves could be, but they don't have to be. So I've pulled out the elements that I think are going to work, and now it's just a case of going through and positioning things where I want them. So that's definitely my intention, to have these clusters of florals, and they look so pretty. I've mixed in some of the acetate pieces as well, and because I'm covering up where I've glued them down, normally I'd adhere them with my Xyron sticker maker, but yeah, if you're hiding where you're gluing, then you can just use liquid adhesive. So just tucking things, lifting things up, and when they dry I'll come back in and add some dimensional adhesive, because I don't like things looking too flat. So just messing around, fiddling around, trying to see what works. Loving how that plaid, black and white plaid, looks on there as well. And some of the florals I'm lifting up the petals or the edges before I put them down. So I love doing little clusters, little groups, little layered embellishments. Actually, this turned out really cute, this layout, and Ava loves it. So yeah, just seeing what I've got. I still have a lot left of this kit. I'm actually creating my December daily with it at the moment, and I will share that. I'll share a walkthrough here on YouTube when I'm done, but if you follow me on Instagram, and I'll have the link below, make sure you head on over there, because I share a lot more, and I'm sharing all of my pages over there. And the album that I'm creating is a 4x4 album, and I'm keeping it very simple. And what that means is I'll still have a lot of this kit left over, so I may even get some more pages in. My intention with Christmas is to scrap it, or continue scrapping it throughout January. I will have other projects that are not Christmas related as well, but I definitely want to, I think I've got in my mind about 3 or 4 more layouts that I want to create, and yeah, it's a good opportunity to use up my Christmas stash. But otherwise I will scrap Christmas in July, which I love doing. And so if you love Christmas, definitely yeah, follow me then as well. So, or follow me anyway, because I love creating everything really, and anything. So just putting the dimensional adhesive behind now, and I've given my liquid adhesive time to dry, because if I don't, I do find that this dimensional adhesive does not stick or does not work with liquid adhesive. So just a little tip. And it's once it's dried anyway, it's not going to move, and it makes it more pliable to lift up the edges and put the dimension under. So I'm not sure how I decide when things are done. I guess I look at these clusters and just realize that I've added enough. I think I've added either 2 or 3 flowers to each cluster, and then I want to have enough leaves hanging off the edge as well. So yeah, I think I'm almost done. I didn't use any of the acetate flowers, they weren't going to work. Thought about putting that branch there as well, but it was too much against that pinwheel that I'm working on now. So I probably could have cut this out, but I thought you might want to see how much dimension I actually do add. And I think it's a good idea, because when these go into the albums, they do get a bit flatter with the other pages. So the sketch showed a scattering of snowflakes down the left-hand side, and so I thought I better add something else, and I've got lots of these stars. I am getting through them though, so I've just added them through. You could add mist drops, you could add, I don't know, any other small embellishment. I've added an Oh What Fun puffy phrase sticker, and then for my title I'm using these beautiful scripty font letter stickers, and my title will say Bring On 2021. So this is, if I were doing yearly albums, this would go in the end of 2020. So what I love about this font in particular is that you get several different types of each letter. So for example, the Y, you can see there's ones that are more scripty than others, and I love that because it enables you to mix and match as you please. What am I doing now? Oh, I think, yeah, I moved that one over because I don't like things to be directly in lines. And I did think about adding my journaling underneath the title, but I think it just looks good there because I didn't really have too much to say, just that Ava was showing how we all feel about looking forward to 2021. And I do add that little ornament there as well. I guess that's the only real Christmas themed product that I have added, but it doesn't need to. I mean, it's not screaming Christmas to me, and I think it looks really cute. I've just added some black and white twine from my stash, and I'm nearly out of this, and I definitely have to get some more because I've been using it so much on my layouts lately. It used to be that I would always use white twine, but I just think the black and white adds a lovely touch. Now, I think the sketch showed a bow as well, and that is something I wanted to carry on over to my layout. So I just got this white silky ribbon from my stash. I keep ribbon when it comes in, you know, flowers or packaging. I keep it and I use it. So I just tied it off camera because I didn't know if it was going to work, but I just tied it around a pen and then took it off and just pulled the ends and pulled the bow and made it work like that. So that is my final layout. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having an amazing start to your year. I will be back later on this week with another process video. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here. I'm definitely looking forward to another awesome year here on YouTube. Thanks, guys.